Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to take the privilege to thank ICD to give me a chance to take forward my views and my community's position in front of you. Today I'm working with two organizations. Today I take up with the Bangladesh Hindu Buddhist Christian Unity Council only. We follow the rules of Charter of the United Nations, what is about the human rights. Each and everybody is born free, have the equal rights, have the same value, irrespective of race, sex, and color of the skin, etc. I'll make it short because you have already heard about the human rights and human values and democracy. So I make it summary and take out some keynotes, so it will be for better understanding. Bangladesh, just a minute. It is two. Okay, I'm taking about we follow the European Union's guideline as well. Human right is universal and indivisible. Strong engagement to promote and protect human rights, democracy, rule of law worldwide. Absence of respect of human rights may not lead to peace, development, and prosperity. These are the guidelines we are working with. Now, I am going to the background of our organization. Bangladesh became independent on 26 March 1971. One of the constitution, secularism is one of the four pillars of the constitution. Constitution amendment came in 1988 by a military general and make the Islam as the state religion. Hence, other religions became second-class citizens. That's what we are fighting for. We want to have the secular Bangladesh, and we want back the 1972 constitution, which give us the equal rights at the majority group of the people of the Bangladesh. Now, what is going on if we go through some papers like genocide took place in the Liberation War, 80% victims were the religious minorities according to the Kennedy report. The religious minorities were targeted first as the part of the ethnic cleansing. And it started trial later on, trial of 1971 war criminals. Most of the evidence are related to the religious minorities. Abducting without trace, firing squad, killing, rape, and forceful conversion. I am showing up this because minorities suffered as well as the majorities in the same country. So they must know that what we have suffered as well. And the second step, what is going on, it is equal to the ethnic cleansing. It is a long procedure they are doing. I have made a lot of process they are following on. So I'll take some examples from here. Later, it was the blasphemy law, section 57. It is applicable one-sided only. It should be applicable for all religion. And the cybercrime, latest it came, someone put a Lord Shiva's picture on the Kaaba. Then the violence started. It was done by, we don't know who did that, but it initiated the racial violence. So now it is everyone can work on the Photoshop and put a picture, and ethnic cleansing goes on. And there is another what is popular right now in Bangladesh is hate speech and blame game. Whatever happens, opposition and government blames to each other. But the minorities are suffering as always. Now we can say, is it a silent genocide? Demographic change, if we look to the demographic change, it is reduced from 20% to the 9%. Human Rights Commission of Bangladesh government already said that in 20 years span, minorities of the Bangladesh going to vanish. According to economic expert in Bangladesh, Abul Barakat, has said in 30 years, minorities in Bangladesh are going to vanish. Now I have some reports from US Foreign Relations Committee. Chairman A.D. Roy said 49 million Hindus are missing in 40 years span, according to US Foreign Relations Committee. Venice population can be compared with a dozen of European Union countries, more than 15 US states, about the size of Greece or the state of New York. What we are putting forward is justice delayed is justice denied. Not a single perpetrators were brought to justice till today except 1971 war criminals. Culture of impunity is flourishing as usual. Few days back, we have seen Al Jazeera have streamed a news video in television network. We have seen a police force torching a house of a poor ethnic people's house. They want to clean this area for farming or something like that. So it is what is to say, there is no law in the country. Rule of law is needed. Religious minorities in Bangladesh have no other way than three. You should conversion of religion to Islam, leave the country, or to suicide. These are the three ways they are suffering right now, like Aleppo. Now we have demand to the government, demands to the government of Bangladesh that we have sent, but no one listens to us. Return of the 1972 Constitution, Minority Protection Bill to protect and secure from the culture of impunity. Minority Welfare Ministry to rehabilitate. And 2001, a commission report was done, but it was never published because report is very sensitive for the government. So it was unpublished yet. And convict and punish the perpetrators to give justice. Now, what we are doing on our side is we are only 7% in the minorities are totally Buddhist, Christian, everything is only 70%. 7%, not 70. 93% is Muslim. So we are working on the cultural diplomacy, that 7% is not threat to the 93%. They can't do anything. Without the help of majority, minority cannot survive. What we want is coexistence with them, non-violence, equal rights for all, promote democracy, build up public opinion, information for public awareness against all type of fanaticism. Religion is totally personal. Culture, tradition, and country is for all. And if I make the summary of this, undemocratic systems of the government and abuse of authority leads to injustice, oppression, and violence. In Europe, integration is a problem, especially in Sweden, where I live. They are working to integrate. But in Bangladesh, majority is marginalizing the minorities. This is another problem. Minorities want to integrate with the majorities. It means that country is leading towards the monolithic country. And what we have to do is to place the humanity above the nationality and religion. Otherwise, it will be always be a conflict, and we must change our attitude from intolerance to tolerance, hate to respect, marginalization to integration. This is a part of cultural diplomacy. Thank you very much. It was all written. And this is the last picture. It's totally what we want.
Thank you very much too. Please join me in a big round of applause for Mr. Tarun Chowdhury. Yes. And of course, your questions and comments, of course,
I would like to answer. Later, maybe. Yes, please.
Yes. One question, yes. I don't know, I don't have idea. If I understood well, is in your country still the government dictatorship, a military dictatorship?
No.
No.
It's not dictatorship. Army has left. Now it is in democracy, but we have to educate the people. Most of the people are illiterate. Only 60% is literate. When there is no literacy, the light of knowledge is there, this especially depends upon the priest.
One more question. Ladies first.
Thank you. I was wondering if you can speak a little bit about the role of civil society in your country, in Bangladesh, similar to the work that you're doing, and whether they have made any positive social change, and what was your way in sort of assessing the benefit of these initiatives?
Yeah, initiative we are taking, it will take time. We are doing our best. We must show our good, we cannot confront with them. We must show kindness. If I respect some other people, they will respect us. Let them know that we are good people. We are going to exist with you all. And we should say that exchange the tradition, cultural tradition as well. We invite each other, make friends. This is the way to go forward. There is no other way. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your speech. I'm from Britain, and we have a national newspaper called The Independent, and it recently reported that there was a campaign to bring back secularism in Bangladesh. Yes. Is that picking up a lot of traction? Or
yes,
has your studies found
there are certain group of intellectual people. They are working as well, not only the Hindus. I have started Secular Forum for Bangladesh. What I understand that we can't fight alone. We are only 7%. We need the people, those who are majority, we need their help. We work with them. That's why I'm second part what we are doing on with the Secular Forum for Bangladesh. It includes the Muslims as well. There are a lot of Muslims in Sweden as well. They are kind-hearted, well-behaved, respect, but they never go to the mosque. When they go and go to the mosque and talk to the people who used to go to the mosque every day, they kick them out because they are not religious. That's what happening. They are fundamentalists, those who are going each and every day. They are good Muslims as well. Otherwise, we have not survived. We are still living in Bangladesh because of good people are there. So we have to chalk out the people, work together. We have to show our good behavior as well for our own existence. We can't just take the arm and fight with them. It is totally impossible. If the majority boycotts, we can't even go out from the home even. So it is to work together, live together, coexistence, non-violence. We must promote democracy.
Thank you very much for this really incredible conclusion, because it's really very, very important and great. So one more time, big round of applause for Mr. Tarun Chowdhury.